The world's largest island, 80% covered in ice. Population, 56,000. And yet, for over 1,000 years, empires have fought, schemed, and died trying to control it. The Vikings tried first. They vanished. Britain circled it for centuries, never took it. America offered billions, twice, rejected both times. Even now, in 2026, 3 superpowers are positioning military bases there. Here's the question nobody's asking. What if Greenland can't actually be owned? Look at a map. Really look. Greenland sits between North America and Europe, between the Atlantic and Arctic Oceans. It's the bridge between everything that matters geographically. Control Greenland, you control the Northern Hemisphere. At least, that's the theory. But here's what actually happened. Every single power that tried to claim it either failed, withdrew, or mysteriously disappeared. Not metaphorically, actually disappeared. Let me show you. 985 AD. A Viking named Eric the Red gets exiled from Iceland for murder. Not his first offense. Iceland itself had exiled him from Norway. So he sails west, finds this massive frozen island, and in the greatest marketing move in history, he names it Greenland. Why? Because he needs settlers, and Greenland sounds better than that giant ice death trap. It works. Thousands of Vikings follow him. They build farms, churches, trading posts. For 400 years, these colonies thrive. They trade walrus ivory with Europe. They raise livestock. They explored further west and found North America before Columbus. Then, around 1400, something happens. The colonies go silent. No ships, no trade, no communication. When ships finally arrive from Europe decades later, they find empty settlements, food still on tables, livestock wandering free, churches abandoned mid-service. 5,000 Vikings, gone. No bodies, no signs of violence, no explanation. Even today, we don't know what happened. Disease? Climate change? Conflict with the Inuit? Starvation? The only thing we know for certain, Greenland's first colonial experiment ended in total mystery. But here's what's stranger. That didn't stop everyone else from trying, because while the Norse were vanishing, someone else was already there, and they're still there today. The Inuit peoples arrived around 1200 AD from Canada. They didn't try to conquer Greenland, they adapted to it. While Europeans built stone houses and tried to farm, the Inuit hunted seals, built igloos, and moved with the seasons. They understood something the Vikings didn't. Greenland doesn't allow you to impose your will on it. You survive on its terms, or you don't survive at all. This becomes important later. Fast forward to 1721. Denmark-Norway makes its move. Hans Egede, a Lutheran missionary, establishes a colony. But he's not there to farm or trade. He's there to find the lost Vikings and convert them to Protestantism. Plot twist, there are no Vikings to convert. They've been gone for 300 years. So instead, Denmark pivots. They claim the entire island, all 836,000 square miles of it. Britain watches this nervously because Greenland controls access to the North Atlantic, and Britain's entire empire depends on controlling sea routes. During the Napoleonic Wars, Britain briefly occupies Greenland just to keep it away from France. But they don't keep it. Why? The same reason Denmark struggled. You can't really own a place where 90% of the land is uninhabitable ice and the people who live there don't recognize your authority. Denmark keeps nominal control, but it's control in name only.
Then World War II happens, and suddenly Greenland goes from colonial backwater to the most strategically important island on Earth. April 1940, Germany invades Denmark. In a single day, Denmark falls. This creates a problem. Denmark owns Greenland, but Germany now controls Denmark. Does that mean Germany controls Greenland? America says absolutely not. Within weeks, the U.S. establishes military bases in Greenland. They tell the Greenlandic authorities directly, "We're here to protect you from Germany." Translation, "We're occupying you, but politely." The U.S. builds Thule Air Base in 1943. It becomes the northernmost American military installation on Earth, perfect for monitoring Soviet activity across the Arctic. After the war ends, America makes an offer. "We'll buy Greenland for $100 million. Denmark says no. The U.S. doesn't leave anyway. They keep Thule Air Base. It's still operational today. But the Cold War makes everything more complicated, because now it's not just about trade routes or fish, it's about nuclear missiles. And the shortest flight path from Russia to America goes directly over Greenland. 1950s and 60s, the Arctic becomes the front line of World War III that never happens. The U.S. expands Thule. They build a nuclear-powered research station called Camp Century beneath the ice. Official purpose? Scientific research. Real purpose? Project Iceworm, a plan to hide 600 nuclear missiles in tunnels under the ice, aimed at the Soviet Union. Denmark doesn't know about this. Neither do the Greenlandic people. The project fails. Turns out, ice moves. The tunnels collapse. The base is abandoned in 1967. But here's the thing. Nobody told Greenland about the radioactive waste left behind. It's still there, buried in melting ice. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union is watching. They can't establish bases in Greenland, but they don't need to. They just need to make sure America doesn't get too comfortable. So begins a 40-year standoff. Greenland becomes a chess piece in a game it never agreed to play. Then the Cold War ends, and you'd think Greenland would finally be left alone. Instead, the opposite happens. Climate change is melting Greenland's ice sheet. That sounds like bad news, and it is for the planet. But for Greenland, it's revealing what's underneath. Rare earth minerals worth trillions, oil reserves, natural gas, gold, diamonds, uranium. Suddenly, that 80% of uninhabitable ice is becoming 80% of untapped wealth. President Trump offers to buy Greenland again, this time for an undisclosed amount. Rumors say billions. Denmark's prime minister calls the idea absurd. Trump cancels a state visit to Denmark in response. But he's not wrong to try, because China is already there. They're investing in mining operations, building infrastructure, offering development deals. Russia is reopening Soviet-era Arctic bases. The European Union is watching nervously. And Greenland? Greenland is caught in the middle. Again. Greenland holds elections. The issue isn't left versus right. It's independence versus continued Danish control. The Independence Party wins. They want full sovereignty. They want control of their own resources. They want the right to make deals with whoever they choose. But there's a problem. Greenland's population is 56,000 people. Most live on the coast. The interior is still ice. To maintain full independence, they need money. To get money, they need to sell resources. To sell resources, they need foreign investment. But the moment they accept that investment, from China, from the US, from Europe, they're back to being a strategic chess piece. See the pattern? Every empire that tried to own Greenland ended up realizing the same thing. You can occupy it, you can claim it on a map, you can plant a flag, but you can't actually control it. The Vikings couldn't farm it. The British couldn't settle it. The Americans couldn't buy it. Even Denmark, which officially owns it, can barely govern it, because Greenland is too big, too harsh, too strategically important to ever truly belong to anyone. The Inuit figured this out 1,000 years ago. You don't own Greenland, you survive it, you adapt to it, you respect it. Everyone else keeps learning this lesson the hard way. And here's the uncomfortable truth. It's about to get worse. By 2050, the Arctic will be ice-free in summer. New shipping routes will open, resources will be accessible. China, Russia, and the United States are already positioning for what comes next. So let me ask you this. If Greenland becomes the most valuable piece of land on Earth, and it might, who actually controls it? The country that claims it on paper? The corporations that mine it? The superpowers that surround it? Or does Greenland do what it's always done? Outlast everyone who tries to own it. Because here's what history shows. Empires rise, empires fall. But Greenland remains. And maybe that's the real answer. You don't conquer Greenland. Greenland conquers you. So next time you see a headline about Greenland, and you will soon, remember this. It's not about the ice. It's not about the resources. It's about whether humanity has learned anything in 1,000 years. Spoiler? We haven't. And Greenland is still waiting.